session. We have Hope coming down right now to say hello to you guys. Yes, she is going to the bathroom. It is natural. So just ignore that part. But right now she's on a sink behavior where she has to touch her tail to the bottom of the pool, look up for further instruction, and then we may ask her some questions like spinning in a circle, waving her pec flippers, shaking her head, all from that new location on the bottom of the floor. This is called sink. So that is Hope. She's our 12-year-old female bottlenose dolphin. She can also wiggle her tongue, which is super cute. And then the dolphin towards the back there, that is Izzy. She's one of our newest residents. She is estimated to be 7 years old. So our 2 female bottlenose dolphins. We also have 2 male dolphins located here in this pool system. And after this presentation, if you guys keep walking that way around the back, you'll see them in, I think, 2 pools over. So the next biggest pool, that's gonna be Apollo, our baby dolphin. He's 4 years old. And Nicholas, who will be turning 21 in June. And then in the middle pool, which you guys can't see from down below, or the windows, the middle pool is going to be our newest resident rough-toothed dolphin, Rosie, and she is 2 years old. And she's currently acclimating to the pool system, so you can only see her from up top. Now this is Hope. She's probably gonna be hanging out here by the window most of this presentation. She does seem to really enjoy people and items in the window. So towards the end of this presentation, I have some really fun enrichment devices that we're gonna interact with her, what we call window enrichment. So enriching her down here at the window. But during training sessions that are more formal, we utilize positive reinforcement training. And what that simply means is up top, our trainers are going to be asking questions. And the questions are going to be through hand signals. So that first behavior called sink, we asked her to sink down to the bottom. And this is the hand signal. And all of it is done through positive reinforcement training. Meaning, once we ask a question, they do the question correctly, they come back and receive a reward. So we're positively rewarding the animal for the correct behavior. You guys are probably familiar with this with your dogs and cats at home. You ask them to do something like sit, you say, good boy, you give a treat. You just reinforce that animal for doing the correct behavior. Now, yes, sometimes the animals do get the question wrong. They are not perfect, neither are we, neither are your pets at home. So what we do for the incorrect response is we simply ignore it. So we do not draw any attention to incorrect or undesirable behavior. And what you'll see us do is we simply just stare at them for about 3 to 5 seconds and deliver a neutral response. That just communicates to the animal that that question was wrong or the response to it was wrong. We're not going to reinforce it, and then we're going to move on. So we may ask the question again and give them a little bit more help, or we might move on in general and just ask something different and get them on a positive. So positive reinforcement is what we use here with our training. And we utilize the reinforcement or types of rewards to be able to have successful approximations. So what do you guys think that we reward the dolphins with? Fish. What else do you think we reward them with?
Toys.
Toys. One more. Anybody have another guess? Touch. Yes, physical touch, so tactile. Dolphins seem to really enjoy a nice back rub or belly rub. And that is because they're very tactile animals and that their skin sheds about once every 2 to 3 hours. So that's about 12 times a day that their skin sheds a layer. For us, we shed a layer about once every 2 to 3 days. So it's very, very sensitive. And even in their natural environment, they're gonna rub up on things. So even in the pools here, they rub up on the walls, each other, toys. It feels good to them. So we can actually reward them with physical touch, which is pretty cool. And they seem to really enjoy it, and it builds our relationship. So this is Hope, still swimming around. She'll probably be down here at the window, and Izzy there in the back. And what we work on with the positive reinforcement training is 3 main categories. First category is cognitive or mental stimulation. So exercising the brain. That would be like us going to school, learning new things as we grow up. That sink behavior is a cognitive behavior. We asked her to go to the bottom of the pool and stay there. Now look up, remain there, and follow more instructions. So she's using her brain to think every step of the way. We can even teach them to copy our body language, so what we call mimicry. So if we spin in a circle, she'll spin in a circle. We wave our hands, she'll wave her back flippers. Mimicry is really important for dolphins. Out in their natural environment, they would mimic their mothers up to 2, sometimes 7 years of life before they go off on their own. So we can translate that to all the non-releasable animals, and they can mimic our body language. Now another area we focus on is their overall health care. So for us, that's going to the doctor, going to the dentist. And it looks like we're moving on to the next category, which is exercise. Exercise is very important. That's the third category. I'll come back to husbandry or medical management. But exercise is very important because it allows them to burn off calories from their daily diet that we give them. So the fish or the reward, that's their daily diet. We want to make sure they're staying a proper body weight while giving that fish though. So exercise allows them to burn off calories, it allows them to get their heart rate up and work out those muscular muscles in their body. Looks like she's going to exercise one more time. And as you guys see her exercising, you'll notice that she is pumping the bottom region of her body super fast. That's called the peduncle and tail fluke region, and that is the powerhouse of a dolphin. So that is what allows them to get up to top speeds of about 25 miles per hour out in the ocean, probably not these pools, and also be able to jump very high up and into the air. So they have to pump that region very fast to be able to elicit those high energy behaviors. But that allows them to stay physically fit. It'd be like us going to the gym, going on a bike ride, going on a run or a walk. We want to make sure we stay fit. Same thing for the animals under human care. These dolphins are pretty pampered. We give them fish, we give them health care, we give them toys. We basically give them everything that they need to survive. They have no predators. They don't have to hunt for their food. So they're pretty pampered. So we want to make sure that we have no fluffy dolphins under human care, no couch potatoes. So exercise allows us to accomplish that goal. We actually weigh them once a week. So we collect a physical body weight on them to make sure that we're feeding them the proper amount and also exercising the proper amount. And the way that we do that, if you guys go up to the top floor where you guys can look over the pools, you'll see a very large bathroom scale up on the wall. We actually ask them to haul out and on top of that scale once a week to collect the body weight. And we have trained them that behavior through positive reinforcement training through small approximations. So what we would do is we simply would ask them small steps onto the scale by using a target. A target is where they touch our hand and they follow that wherever it goes. So we start very shallow on that scale to where we can ask them all the way up onto the scale with the hand target. Now, collecting a body weight, that would go back under the husbandry or medical management category. So I'm going to backtrack to that. That is for their overall health care. Most of these animals are deemed non-releasable for a specific reason, and most of them under our care at Clearwater Marine Aquarium have some type of health issue. So we're actually able to train them to participate in their own health care, so when things arise in the future, it's less stressful on the animal, it's less stressful on us, and we're able to treat whatever is needed and be able to catch it right away. So let's say we want to collect a blood sample. They do that through the training process, 100% voluntary. We ask them to lay out and present their tail flukes, which they just rest on top of our hand, and they're just laying in the water, their tail flukes out. Our vet staff is right next to us, and we train them to basically just lay there comfortably. Hello, this is Izzy. We just train them to basically lay there comfortably and allow us to stick where their vessel is in their tail flukes, and we're able to collect a blood sample. We're able to look at that sample to monitor internally and make sure they're staying healthy. We can collect other samples as well, so urine, fecal, respiratory, everything that they need to stay healthy, and they're getting positively reinforced with lots of treats for doing so. So it's pretty fun for them. And in the meantime, we are proactively training their healthcare. All right, I'm going to talk about Izzy since she's right here. This is Izzy, our 7-year-old dolphin. She has been at our facility for a little over 6 months now, I believe. Unfortunately, she was being watched by the government out in the wild for a few years, up until the point where she had to become a non-releasable animal and be under human care. Now her story, unfortunately, is due to human interaction and why she has to be here. So a lot of people are like, why are these animals under human care? We're the bad guys. No. Actually, the humans out in her natural environment were the bad guys that led her to come under human care. So unfortunately, people were feeding her, they were trying to pet her, they were actually trying to put children on her back to ride her, and she became so socialized and dependent on humans that she would just stay at the beach and try and interact with every single human that was there on that beach. In the end, she became aggressive, tried to bite people, because that's all she knew. She became so dependent on humans for food and socialization, she was not able to naturally live out in the ocean on her own. So after a few years of being watched, the government finally stepped in and said, hey, it's, she's harming people, she can't hunt on her own, she's not able to survive. So that is why now Izzy is under human care, and she will be for the rest of her life because of human interaction. So it's very important. What is with these dolphins? So unfortunately, human interaction is her cause, and it is highly illegal to interact with marine mammals. So that's trying to feed, touch, harm, or harass, even chasing dolphins with your boat. When you're out there on a boat, if you get caught trying to chase them, you guys can be sent to jail and have to pay a hefty fine. And that is under the Marine Mammal Protection Act of 1972. So we do take that law very seriously here in the United States. And unfortunately, that is Izzy's story. She was impacted by humans out in the wild. Now, Hope over here in the back, she was only 2 to 3 months old when rescued with her deceased mother. So her mom had already passed away. She was found beached, so not in the water, and very dehydrated and malnourished. So she came under rehab care, but in the end deemed non-release school because she was under the age of 1 without a mom. So it's automatic non-release. They learn all of their survival skills in the first 2 to 7 years of life from their mom only. So Hope would not survive if she was placed back out in the wild. Now since Izzy's down here, and it looks like Hope might join us as well, I'm gonna have whoever wants to come up and help me enrich these dolphins with these fun favorite toys. So can I get 4 volunteers? Guys, all your hands. Your hand over there. You want to climb one right here? And then we can switch off. We can switch off, no worries. All right, so you pick up that one. You want to pick up one right there? Who wants to play with the cone over there? Somebody can grab that. Up here, the noodle. Who wants this noodle? There's a noodle and a streamer, so somebody else wants to grab the other one. And don't worry, we can switch off so everybody can have a chance. All right, you guys can get up in the window and you guys just wave it around. They like weird, crazy stuff. So this is called window enrichment. Right now upstairs, our trainers have broke, which means they stepped away from the pool. There's no type of formal training session, and it's like a recess for the dolphins. So they can play with toys, they can swim around, they can hang out down here at the window all they want. And sometimes they're very attracted to kids and toys and just weird things in the window. And especially Izzy, she'll hang out here all day long. So that's Izzy right there. Hope may join us as well. I am going to wrap up this talk though, and I'll stick around so you guys can play with these toys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask myself. My name is Allie. Thank you guys for being here today and viewing our animals in a safe and legal manner. We appreciate you guys supporting our mission of rescue, rehab, and release. We could not do without you guys coming through our doors. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your stay here at Clearwater Marine Aquarium.